having us. Good to see all friends. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, Harikatha always produces its deluding aspect to the non-devotees. But to those who are sevanmukh, those who have a mood of seva, Harikatha cannot deceive them. It always bestows upon that devotee Krishna's name, form, qualities and pastimes. So Krishna, like all great personalities, have two aspects, mercy and cheating. Krishna always deceives the non-devotees by covering bhakti. To the non-devotees, easily Krishna gives bhukti and mukti. But easily he'll not give prema bhakti. He keeps that thing hidden. So today we want to talk a little bit about this final chapter of Krishna's Lila, this Antadyan Lila, Krishna's disappearance Lila. Guru Maharaj would call this Mohini Lila. Mohini means deceive. By this pastime, Krishna gives so much mercy to the devotee, but also by this pastime, Krishna deceived the non-devotee. So, like this disappearance of Gurudev, disappearance of Vaishnavas, disappearance of Bhagavan. For those who behave properly, have proper understanding, they get mercy. And otherwise, who have not proper understanding, that person can be deceived. Like Sri Madhavendra Puri Pad. You know, who is Madhavendra Puri? Bhavana Didi? For 10 bhakti points, have a guess. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru was? Ishwapuri. Long time you not read anything, right? Try and read a little bit every day. So Mahaprabhu, even though he is guru of the three worlds, to give example to everyone in this world, Mahaprabhu took initiation from Ishwapuri. But Ishwapuri, his guru was Madhavendra Puri. Who can measure the good fortune of Madhavendra Puri? He is considered the root of the Chaitanya tree. Madhavendra Puri is the root, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the trunk, the two main branches, Nityananda and Advaita. And from them come so many sub-branches like Gadadhar, Vakashwar Pandit, so many. But the root is Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri, at the end of his life pastimes, again and again he was singing one verse. Aye dina dridadanath kathuranath kadavalokayaste tvam daite brahmati kim karomyaham. Is spoken by Radharani. When Krishna left for Mathura, so much she lamented. Oh, Dina Daridanath, Mathuranath, Kadavalokas. Oh, Mathuranath, oh, Daridanath, Lord of those who have nothing. Dinanath, Daridanath. Now you have gone to Mathura. But my heart is breaking to millions of pieces. But Daite Brahmati Kim Koromyaham. Who I will speak to? Who will understand Radharani's pain? Again and again he was speaking this verse. So Madhavendra Puri had millions of disciples. But two is specifically mentioned here. One was Ishwapuri Pad. Even though he would personally clean the stool and urine from the body of his guru, he never thought, my guru is material. And he would sing pastimes of Krishna, different kirtans, different katha, so his guru could remember Krishna. So he got the blessings of Madhavendra Puri. Those blessings were so powerful, he became the guru of Lord Chaitanya. So Guru Kripa is not some small thing. Even the Supreme Lord is controlled by that person who performs non-duplicitous service to the Guru. But another disciple, his name was Ramchandra Puri. Because even though externally he had taken initiation, but still, he not hearing Katha properly, therefore he could not understand who his Guru was. So when his Guru was weeping in separation, then Ramchandra Puri said, Gurudev, you are meant to be full of transcendental bliss. Why you are crying? You should remember Brahman and become blissful, happy. Brahman means Nirgun Brahma. Nirgun Brahma has no names, no forms, no qualities, no activities, no Shakti, nothing. So remember that and become happy. Why you were crying? And Madhavendra Puri felt very sad. He said, number one, my heart is breaking to pieces in separation from Krishna. Why I have to see the face of this sinful rascal at the time of death? So Madhavendra Puri rejected him. No, he was also right there with Gurudev doing all seva and other things. So by the blessing of Guru, one disciple went very high, and by the displeasure of Gurudev, another disciple became, well, we cannot say lower because this is one pastime, no? And that Ramchandra Puri became a great fault finder of all the Vaishnavas, and ultimately of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. When he came to Puri, what he would do, he would make you eat so much. Especially Jagadananda Pandit. He would make eat, and again he would put more on the plate. More, Dayadini, take more. He would make him eat a huge pile, and then what would he say after he'd eaten so much? It is true that devotees of Lord Chaitanya eat more than is needed. Understand, Madhu? He would force you to eat, then he would criticize you for eating. He also began to criticize Lord Chaitanya. One day he came in the room, he saw some ants. He said, Sannyasi is secretly eating sweets at night. Is it true? You go in the middle of the Amazon, if you go in the middle of the Amazon, in the middle of the dark, the hottest desert, you'll find ants. Doesn't mean nighttime, someone's eating sweets in the middle of the desert. Ants go everywhere. In this way he began finding fault with Lord Chaitanya. The sannyasi eats too much, uncontrolled tongue. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he began fasting. So when he began fasting, then all devotees began fasting. Probably we would think more for us. So everyone became very thin. And everyone became as if afflicted by a high fever. When this Ramchandra will get lost, when he will leave, when he will go. Everyone began praying to Bhagavan like that. Actually, this is pastime because he is Kutila in Krishna Lila. What is Kutila's job? Always find fault with Krishna. Actually, Kutila have too much affection for Radharani, so much affection. So to protect Radharani, they think we will criticize Krishna. Why is Krishna always following behind my daughter? So in this way, one, same Guru, same Harikatha, everything same. One goes very high and one goes very low. So Krishna Lila is like that. If we hear properly, it can go very high. And not hear properly, misunderstand, go down. Just like fire, Arjuna. If you get too close to fire, what happens? You get sizzled. If you go too far away, what happens? Freeze to death. So, what is the proper way to behave with Hari Guru Vaishnava? Krishna give that intelligence. So Krishna's disappearance Lila, this is also called Mohini Lila. Means bewildering to the non-devotee, bewildering to the demon. So, Guru Maharaj would tell one story. Before telling this pastime, one time there was one, you know the story, Mohini? One magician?
Maybe it'll come back.
One magician was there. So one magician family,
the
husband,
family.
wife, two sons. So they were doing many magic tricks, like the wife would walk on the tight wire, and she would juggle, and the sons were playing instruments, many magic tricks. So the queen was so happy, she took off her necklace and gave to the magician. Then immediately one son said to the father, give that to me. Then the other son said, no father, give that to me. Then they both began quarreling. They became so angry at each other, they took out some knife and fighting in front of everyone. One son, one brother, Ram, stabbed the other son, Sham, and both stabbed each other at the same time, and both fell dead. Imagine, everyone shocked. So the mother, she began lamenting, my two sons dead, alas, I cannot live. She also picked up a knife and killed herself. Then the father was watching, and you could imagine all the audience. And the father, oh, my sons, my wife. Like a mad person, he also killed himself. Everyone was shocked, everyone lamenting. How horrible thing, what a horrible thing. Then 3-4 days later, one telegram came for the king. Oh king, you paid us for the first performance, but not for the second. No one could understand what is the meaning, so they followed the address on the back. They went to the house of the magician. Who was there? Magician laughing with his wife and 2 sons. What did they show? They showed some Maya. And who was bewildered? Everyone. Even though the magician bewilders everyone, the magician, he is not bewildered. And who's seen the trick 50 or 60 times, also not bewildered. So Krishna's Lila, the non-devotee becomes bewildered, confused. But those who are in the Lila, Krishna's associates, not bewildered. Okay, Arjun, understand? So Krishna came to this world at the junction of Dwapara and Kali Yuga. There he performed his pastimes 14 years, 8 months and 2 weeks in Vrindavan. How long Krishna stayed in Mathura? Some say 17 years, some say. Because Jarasandha attacked Mathura 17 times. You know English? Mataji?
Yeah,
My English, you know? Can
I
understand?
do, yeah. Thank you.
So 17 times Jarasandha attacked. That means maybe Krishna stayed in 17 years in Mathura. But it's not stated clearly. Some say like that. And then more than 100 years in Dwarka. Krishna did his Lila. And some of the reasons why Krishna appeared, Padatanaya Sadhunam, Vinesaya Taduskatam, Dharma Samstapatadaya, Sambhavani Yuga Yuga. Krishna says in Gita, every yuga I appear, every age. Why? Protect the sadhu and finish the envious. Vinasaya Taduskatam. The Duskatam, the non-devotee, I finished it. So Krishna finished many, many demons. Especially Jarasandha helped so much. Because every year he'd bring a huge army. And Krishna Balaram would smash the whole army except for Jarasandha, lone survivor. And Jarasandha would go and collect another army and come back next year. Why cook for yourself when someone's doing what they call home delivery? So Krishna finished Jarasandha as well as so many. Who can count the demons Krishna finished in Braj? Can you name some, Govindamata? For a free bowl of rice and dal at the end of the class? Putana, Agasur, Chunavarta, Keshi, Byom, Denikasur was finished by Balaram, but anyway, stick him in there. So many demons. And also outside of Braj, Krishna also finished so many like Duvida Gorilla, famous character. Who else? Who was the one Balaram killed by a piece of grass?
Ramaharsha.
Ramaharsha. So Krishna and Balaram in Braj and outside Braj, and of course Mahabharat, 60 million soldiers killed in 18 days. So Krishna removed the burden of the earth. But still Krishna was thinking, there's one burden no one can remove. Who is that? My own devotees. They are so powerful. Who can remove my devotees? No one. Only devotees can remove devotees. Who can remove the Vaishnavas, especially the associates of Bhagavan? That are called the Nityasiddhas. Nityasiddhas mean who always come with Krishna and who always live with Krishna. That is the definition of Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives in Jayavadharma of Nityasiddha. These days everyone is Nityasiddha. Nityasiddha means who comes with Bhagavan and leaves with Bhagavan, like Rup Sanati, like this. So Krishna finished everyone, but still his Brishnis, the devotees. How many wives Krishna had? Govindamata, how many wives Krishna had? Huh? 16,108. How many children by each wife? You know, Mohini?
10 sons and 1 daughter.
10 sons and 1 daughter from each wife. How many kids is that? You reckon your family's big?
160,000 sons.
Plus they then,
16,000
those
daughters.
sons, all married, they also had,
10 sons each.
and imagine, do the maths,
Millions.
millions
Millions
and
of
millions.
children.
There's some in the Puranas give some astronomical figure of just teachers who are employed to teach Krishna's own dynasty. I mean, so huge number of devotees in Dwarka. And each devotee so powerful because Krishna's direct children. Who can remove them? Krishna thought, no one. Only they can remove themselves. Like if you have a thorn in your foot, only one thing can remove the thorn. What is that? Another thorn. Who can remove my devotees now? Only devotees can remove devotees. So Krishna was thinking like this. Then one day what happened? If I'm not mistaken, Samba, what relation was he?
Krishna's son. Son of Jambavati.
Jambavati, thank you. 8 main queens. No? So Jambavati, the daughter of Jambavati. When Krishna, long story, that's all in the Bhagavatam. When Krishna, some criticism had come from Krishna because Prasena had stolen the one Shamantaka jewel. So actually everyone had thought Krishna had assassinated him to steal the jewel. So to protect his own reputation, this Krishna showing in Kali Yuga, everyone gets criticized, even Bhagavan. So Krishna went in one cave, there was one huge bear-like fellow, Jambavan. He was there since Ram Lila, 16 million years ago. And the child was playing with this jewel. Krishna snatched it, the child began, went home. But Brijabasi never liked that. Krishna left. So many years, but they never gave up their affection for Krishna. The gopis stayed so many years just in that Uddhav Kud, Uddhav Keri, when Krishna will come back. The devotees of Dwarka, their love is not so much strong like Brijabasi. So they waited a few hours, they went home. 28 days they're fighting, then Jambavan is thinking, in this world no one can match me in fighting. Who is this? Oh, it must be my Lord Raghunath. And Krishna showed his Sarup. And Jambavan was so happy he gave the jewel and his daughter Jambavati. So Jambavati's son was named Samba. So you can imagine how much wealth these boys had. How much wealth, how much power. And of course this is Lila. But generally wealth makes someone mad. Because someone has wealth, they have everything. Even if you're ugly, but you have money, you can get beautiful ladies. Example?
Elon Musk.
Huh?
Elon Musk.
Come on, he's not so bad. Donald Trump.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Donald Trump face like a jellyfish. Beautiful ladies. Because money is everything, Arjun. So if you have money, you have everything. You have women, you can gamble, you can do all type of nonsense. Especially wealth gives so much intoxication. So one day Samba and his friends, they disguised Samba like a woman, covering her face with one sari. They put some pillow or something under here. At that time all the sadhus like Durvasa, who else? Durvasa, then Ram's guru, what was his name? Vishwamitra, Narad, Durvas was there. Durvas, always angry. They went, all the sadhus who were there, Sukadev Goswami was there, Vyasadeva was there, many Devala, great sadhus. Sometimes we think, oh, Gurudev know about spiritual things, but material things he don't know. The one who knows Bhagavan, then nothing is hidden from them. They're all pervading. So, Bhaman Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Bhaman Goswami said, even a sadhak who comes on the level of Bhav Bhakti, even he knows past, present, and future. What to speak of the Siddha Bhaktas, the 100% devotees. So Samba disguising himself as a woman with some even eyeliner, some kajal, covering the face with a sari. Putting some pillow here. Everyone got some? These days I don't need a pillow. He went there, then the sadhus asked, all the friends of Samba asked the sadhus, oh Mahajans, you know everything past, present, future. please tell us whether this beautiful young girl with eyes like a doe will give birth to a boy or to a girl. And I think it was actually Durvasa, especially, angry. You are disrespecting us, you think we are fools, and we curse you. She will not give birth to a boy or a girl. She will give birth to, an iron club, a mussel. And this iron club will destroy the whole dynasty. Everyone became afraid. They looked, an iron club was there. Samba gave birth to an iron club, but Ugrasen was very afraid. So they not told Krishna about this curse. They tried to keep it hidden. So Ugrasen tried to destroy the evidence. How? He ground that club to dust. Only iron filings were there. But there was one piece of the club which could not be destroyed. That was like a little triangle shape. And out of fear, Ugrasen had all the dust and this piece thrown into the ocean. Krishna knew about this curse, but one reason Krishna is Jagat Guru, so much neutral person, Krishna. Even own devotee does fault. We always hear about Krishna punishing the demons, punishing the non-devotees. But own devotee does fault, Krishna also gives some punishment to them. Not like us, if own son or own daughter or own relative does some nonsense, what do we say? No problem. That was my relative. But some outside person does, then we criticize too much. But Krishna is not like that. Even own devotee, very near and dear, does some nonsense, and Krishna also gives some punishment. Because three persons should always be neutral. Guru, doctor, what else? Guru, doctor, and minister. These three persons always must be neutral.
Judge.
Anyway, not heard that. But Guru, judge, TK, there you go, stick him in, make you happy. The Guru, the judge, the doctor. Maybe decide patient is too much fat, but has a lot of money. Or you have diabetes, don't eat sugar. Please, doctor, I like rasgullas too much. TK, the doctor become bewildered because of wealth. Okay, no problem. 5 or 6 will be okay. So doctor is not neutral, he always give bad advice, patient will die. Maybe Guru, if Guru have too much mundane affection and cannot give proper instruction, that disciple also finish. And minister should always be neutral like that. So Krishna, always neutral. Even own devotee do some mistake, Krishna also gives some correction. So Krishna knew about the curse but not said anything, he remained silent. Then what happened? All these filings were thrown on the ocean, and the waves pushed. These filings were all pushed to the shoreline, and they grow into like sugarcane, something like that. So empowered by the curse of the rishis, this sugarcane became like iron, like thunderbolt. And this piece of iron was swallowed by a fish. That fish was caught by one hunter. His name was? Did you do a drama about this? A badger or something?
Not this particular, I don't think.
So that fish was caught by one hunter, Jara. He was a non-vegetarian, so he opened him up. And this iron, piece of iron, he sharpened and made into an arrowhead. So meanwhile, this curse had come, and Krishna also thinking, time to wind up my pastimes. So many inauspicious signs were observed by the residents of Dwarka. Deities would weep. What else? Cows would cry. Cows would make noise like some donkey also. Birds would fly backwards. The sun had some big halo, some ring around it. Many inauspicious signs. So thunder was there, but no clouds. Many bad signs. So Krishna and all the Dwarkabasis recognized these signs. And Krishna suggested, now Kali Yuga had begun. Also in Hastinapur, Yudhisthira Maharaj also noticed, because as soon as Krishna left, Kali Yuga began that time. So in Dwarka, in Hastinapur, Yudhishthira Maharaj was also noting, influence of Kali Yuga is there. Wife was cheating husband, husband cheating wife, servant cheating master, children cheating parents, people not following their proper dharma, some lie telling, dishonesty. Many things Yudhishthira Maharaj also. Because as long as Krishna, the embodiment of dharma, was present, then Kali Yuga had no power. So Krishna saw all these bad signs. Oh, now we should become purified. Why? We should go to some holy place, do some meditation, some yajna, give some dan, some dakshin, some charity to dispel this bad influence. So all the Vrishnis all went to the holy place called Prabhas. After Krishna came from Gurukul, then the wife of the Guru, Guru Ma, what Guru Dakshin you want? Then she said, I know you are not ordinary boys, Krishna Balaram. Return the son of my Guru. So Krishna went to Prabhas that time and brought back the son of the Guru, Sandipani Rishi's. Yes, Sandipani Rishi's son. Who was that?
Madhumangal.
Madhumangal. So anyway, he was captured there. So all of them went to a holy place. They did some yoga, some meditation, but they began to drink. Arjuna having a few beers now and then? Okay, how old are you now?
14.
Oh, a bit older than that. Don't start, alright? All your friends will be drinking soon, smoking, but always take care of this. Look like happiness, but this is one type of madness. So Krishna's devotees showed this. They're perfect, they're spiritual forms, but they're showing, if you drink, you lose your mind, you lose all intelligence. Like Yudhishthira is also a perfect devotee, but he's showing, if you gamble, you also lose your brain. Even though he has no fault, but to teach us the fault of gambling, he also did. So they began drinking some rice wine, some forex, something they were drinking. And as they become drunk, what happens if we drink, Arjuna? Just say, don't know, never done that. But just say, but I have heard, if you drink, then you lose control of your senses. That's why devotees never take like intoxication, like even caffeine and all this tobacco. If you take these things, then you lose control of your mind, lose control of your senses, then you do so many like unfortunate things that in normal consciousness we would not do. They began drinking, and probably every night you can hear down there on the street what happened. Bhavana went too much drinking. Foolish talk. So some survivors of Mahabharata war with it. Some survivors like
Kritavarma,
Kritavarma,
Satyaki.
Kripacharya, Satyaki, Prajumna. Some survivors of the war with it. War was some 100 years ago, some time before. They began abusing because drunk. Especially, someone began abusing Satyaki. Because who cut off the arm of Buddhasravas? Satyaki, a disciple of Arjuna. Anyway, it's a long story, we don't tell the whole Mahabharata. But Satyaki was looking another way and his arm was cut off. Arjuna cut it off, right? Buddhasravas was about to cut off the head of Satyaki and Arjuna cut off his arm, something like that. And they began remembering this and began abusing. Oh, you are a great hero. I remember you did that. Who cut off the head of Bhakti Sama? Krishna Duma? What was his name? Who cut off his head? Who cut off the head of Dronacharya? Krishna Duma. Bhakti Sama. Some survivors were there. They began remembering all this, they began abusing. Then they began abusing Prajumna. Prajumna is Vishnu Tattva, no? He became angry. And they took weapons because they went to a holy place, maybe many weapons were not there. So they took their beer glass, these fists, and began fighting. Because all were drunk, they were mad. So they became so much mad, they also tried to kill Krishna and Balaram. Imagine. Because no weapons were there, because no one goes to the church with weapons, unless you're in America or something. So no weapons, so they saw this cane grass they took, because it was empowered by the curse of the rishis, this iron cane was like thunderbolts. They began slaughtering each other. In 48 minutes, I think in 48 minutes, less than half a Muhurta, then some 20 million devotees were killed in 48 minutes. Good man. They also tried to kill Krishna and Balaram. So Krishna and Balaram also took up these grass and began slaying. So what happened? Who could understand? Therefore, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur described, 3 persons had 3 different visions of this Lila. Because remember in the beginning of 10th canto, all the demigods were complaining about the Earth planet was crying, so many demons. So the Earth planet went to all the demigods, we cannot help, because these demons were so powerful. Like Putana, like Bakasura. No one could kill Bakasura. No one. Not even Brahma, not even Shiva. Only Bhagavan could do that. So if it's like here in Surface Paradise, there's a small disturbance, we go to the security guard downstairs, right? Some bigger disturbance, we go to the local police station. But maybe some big disturbance, we go to the state police. And something they can't do, then what do you do? Federal police, ombudsman. So universe have this structure. Some local problem that Indra takes, the king takes care. If king cannot take care, Indra takes care. If Indra cannot do it, then they go to Brahma. And something so serious, even Brahma does pranam. I cannot do anything. So in that case, they went to Vishnu. And they prayed. The demigods could not go to the abode of Vishnu. Right? The ocean of milk. Have you heard about that, Arjun? The ocean of milk? Just say yes. Saga. Vishnu resides there. They cannot cross that ocean. So Vishnu spoke in the heart of Brahma. Don't worry, soon my Prabhu, means Swayam Bhagavan, Krishna, he will personally come. Therefore all you demigods should take birth in the dynasty of the Brishnis to serve in Krishna's Lila. So when the eternal associates came, then the demigods entered into their bodies to do service, right? Because Brahma had ordered. So those with divine vision, what did they see? When everyone was killing each other, they saw 2 souls come up from the body of everyone who was killed. One soul was the soul of the eternal associate. He went back to Vaikuntha. And another soul came out, that soul was what? Demigod. And he went back to his place in the heavenly planets. So those with divine vision saw like that. But those who had no divine vision, the demons, what did they see? Krishna and Balaram killing all their own devotees. I thought that was funny. Krishna and Balaram and everyone killing each other, hacking each other. That time also, as they died like ordinary humans. So even today, then Krishna and Balaram finished everyone. That time Balaram disappeared into himself. One snake came out of his mouth. Who was that? Ananta. And Balaram disappeared like that into the sky. So only Krishna remained at that time. That time Krishna gave instructions to Uddhava, that is 11th canto. 11th canto is the forehead of Krishna. Right, Madhav? How many cantos in the Bhagavatam? Have a guess. It's between 11 and 13. So, you got it. 12 cantos of Bhagavatam. First 2 are the feet of Krishna. 3rd and 4th are the like thighs of Krishna. 5th is the waist of Krishna. 6th is the stomach. 7th is the chest. 8 and 9. 10th is the smiling face of Krishna. The 5 chapters dealing with Ras Lila is the smile of Krishna. 11th canto is the forehead of Krishna. And 12th canto is the top of Krishna's head. Because Bhagavatam is Krishna Swarup. Bhagavatam is not a book. Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. So if one reads all Bhagavatam but does not read 11th or 12th section, he again may fall down. Because especially 11th canto, Krishna speaks all knowledge. Otherwise we hear 10th canto, Krishna stealing butter. What? Krishna lying, Krishna stealing butter, Krishna doing Ras Lila and other things. especially Krishna lying, all these things like human being. Like the gopis decorate their courtyards every day. They hope Krishna should come my courtyard. The gopis also, they're a little tricky, so they hide all their butter and yogurt. So if Krishna comes and sees no butter and yogurt, what does baby Krishna do?
Cry.
Huh?
Cry.
Passes urine everywhere. Because nicely they've decorated. And Krishna, what do you call rangolis, right? You know rangoli? With chalk in different colors, they make so many nice designs. So Krishna passes urine on that and run away. So hear that? This is Bhagavan. Bhagavan doing like this. Krishna is stealing butter. The gopis catch him by the hand. Are you stealing my butter? Krishna's mouth is completely full of butter. And so much butter he's eating, it's all spread half across his face also, like a panda bear. The gopis say, are you stealing butter? What Krishna says? Of course he's stealing butter. Then gopis ask, okay, you are not stealing butter. Then how butter come all over your face? Then Krishna tells some lie. Gopi, I saw one monkey, he's stealing butter, I went to stop him, but he did like this and ran away. But I promise I am not stealing butter. So many people read Krishna Lila, become bewildered. This is Bhagavan. They not believe. That's why 11th canto, that same Bhagavan who is doing this Nala Lila, human-like Lila, the same Bhagavan speaking all Tattva Siddhanta in 11th canto. And who is listening? Uddhav. The topmost Jnani. Uddhav. Uddhav was so intelligent, he could not find any human being who could satisfy him, so he took initiation from Brihaspati, the guru of the demigods. So Uddhav, so famous, so intelligent, he is like disciple of Krishna asking so many questions. What is this? What is that? So 11th canto too much important. No? It's like the pot. All Krishna Lila is like nectar. The first 9 cantos is like a pot. In holding that nectar, especially 11th canto is like that top. Means that nectar not escape, no misunderstanding. So 11th, that time before Krishna disappeared, he would have asked many, many questions. Oh Krishna, I have too much fear of material existence. When you go, then who will protect me? Where will I get perfect knowledge from? So Uddhav asking many, many questions. In 11th canto, it's called Uddhav Geet. Krishna speak everything in that. The 3 modes of nature, deity worship, varnashram. What you can think and what you cannot think, this is all in 11th canto. So devotees have the divine vision. Who have divine vision, they see. Actually, those who have divine vision saw. There is no, like the magician and the war, there is no fighting, no killing, nothing. This is just Maya. Those who had middle class vision, some divine vision, they saw from each body coming 2 souls. And those who had no divine vision, just materialists, what did they see, Bhavan? Krishna Balaram dead, and everyone else also killed. What's the use in so much Hari Ram, Hari Krishna? Even Krishna was killed. They think like that. So Krishna spoke everything, was sitting under one tree after speaking to Uddhav. Then Krishna was resting 1 foot like here. Can't do it. I'm too fat, too old, and also this chair is too small. But Krishna is sitting like in some virasana, one type of asana for God. Then this hunter who had kept the piece, remember the piece from the club that was not destroyed? Well, his name was Jaya. And he saw the foot of Krishna. This foot of Krishna was pink, so he thought this is like the face of a deer. So, aiming his arrow, he placed his arrow went into the foot of Krishna. So, that time, Bhagavatam gave little hidden. Krishna in his original form went back to Godhead, but he left one illusionary form. So, externally in Bhagavatam, there's a Mahabharata also. Mahabharata, even more than Bhagavatam, describe Krishna died. Jadahanta so much lament. What I did. They came, they carried Krishna's body back to Dwarka and cremated it there. So the demons think, what's the use in so much Hari Ram, Hari Krishna? Krishna also died like human beings. And Guru Maharaj would say the demonic persons, even today, they perform Shraddha ceremony for the disappearance of Krishna. You know Shraddha ceremony, Ram?
Faith ceremony?
Huh?
Faith?
Shraddha, like someone dies and the relatives perform some ceremony on their behalf. So even today, the demonic descendants of Brahman think Krishna died, he was cremated. Look, it's there in Mahabharata. What's use in so much Hari Ram and Hare Krishna? Don't waste your time. Krishna was an ordinary person. The proof is there in Mahabharata and Bhagavatam. But this is all Mohini Lila. Who is that? Is that a dog?
Yes.
Huh? We're just here bringing that dog again.
That's our dog.
Okay, so this Krishna's disappearance, this is called Mohini Lila. Like Mohini, what did she do? You know Mohini Lila? She bewildered the demigods and demons. You know when they're churning the milk ocean? Then first came one very strong poison. Who drank that?
Shiva.
Because in this world you do anything, first comes some bad thing always. Still alive then. Throw him out on the balcony, not off the balcony. Arjun, put him on the balcony. Not off, don't throw him off the balcony, just put him there so he can run there. Hurry up, Arjun, we're waiting for you. Don't put the dirty collar on the table. Arjun, hurry up!
Yeah.
How long it takes to throw a dog on the balcony?
Arjun
Close the
just,
door!
Arjun just tie her there.
Mohini, when the demigods and demons were churned in the milk ocean, then first came one poison. Shiva drank that. Then came one nectar. That nectar was kept in one pot by Dhanvantari. So Dhanvantari that was stolen by the demons. So the demons wanted to drink it first. Ahampurvam. I will drink first. No, I will drink first. The demons were arguing. I'm senior to you. I am greater than you. I am more powerful than you. Because my name will come in the Guinness Book of Records. Who drank the nectar first? These demons. So as they were arguing, the demigods became depressed. So Bhagavan came in the form of Mohini, a very beautiful lady. Krishna ran into Lakshmi's dressing room and lipstick, everything. When she came out, she was so beautiful. All the demons became enchanted. And she said, oh brothers, no brothers, my beloveds, you give this nectar to me, I will distribute. So all the demons were cheated, bewildered by her beauty and her sweet words. And she began distributing the nectar to who? The demigods. But as she was giving to the demigods, she was looking the demons backward. Don't worry. Like in soup, right? Or dal. The thin dal's on the top, but the good stuff's on the bottom. Just the thin nectar I'm giving to these guys. The real thick and proper nectar I'm keeping for you. But did she keep anything? No. All the nectar she distributed to the demigods. So this Lila, these pastimes of Krishna, by this pastime Krishna gives nectar to the devotees, but deceives the non-devotees. So Gurudev, his disappearance also like that. Those who are not properly situated, what they think? Gurudev dead, Gurudev finished, Gurudev gone. Worst case scenario, now I am Guru, I will take his position. You know? Or now he's gone also, I don't have to do any bhajan, now I'm free from that responsibility. So this pastime also bewildered. Baba Maharaj said. When the non-devotees see the sickness of the Vaishnava, they become bewildered. Oh, what's the use in whole life? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Look, he also sick. He also suffering like us. But those who are faithful, have proper vision, they know. No. Like Madhavendra Puri and Ishwar Puri. No. Gurudev always in transcendental bliss. A Vaishnava never suffer. This is one great mistake to think Vaishnavas suffer. Vaishnava deke vyavahari dukh, nistai janita paramananda sukh. Vaishnava never suffer. If you see him suffering, that time you should understand properly, he is experiencing transcendental bliss. But because our vision is not proper, we cannot see like that. No? So Krishna's disappearance, Vaishnava's disappearance, Gurudev's disappearance, all this is the same Mohini Lila. So we should not become bewildered by that. Any question, Arjun? Chanting a little bit? Father's chanting a little bit? What's going on now? If you put 1% of interest you had in your business into bhajan, you would have gone back to Godhead before all of us. Anyway, so try a little bit every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Take it tonight as a little introduction. Thank you for coming. What's the time?
Upper 7.
Okay, so tomorrow night will be some more extensive description. Any questions from the people? Danity?
I have a question.
Yes.
We always seem so rare, so strange that two souls merge into one body.
Can happen. It's rare, but Bhagavatam gives some example. Like in 10th canto, there were two devotees, Drona and Dada. So, two sets of husband and wife. One is Sutapa and Prishni, another one was Drona and Dada. So Drona and Dada are considered more fortunate because they worshipped Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is which ras? Dasya. Some say some Sakya is there. Some Sakya ras is also there in Brahma. When Bhagavan Narayan spoke this 4-slok Bhagavatam, then Narayan shook his hand. Well done. So some Sakya ras is also there in Brahma. Prabhupada in his commentary writes like that. But generally Brahma is Dasya ras. But whatever ras Brahma may be, he is Mahabhagavat. He is one of the 12 Mahajans. Mohini for 50 bhakti points. Remember the 12 Mahajans?
Lila, Yudhisthira, Ambarish
Where did
Maharaj.
Yudhisthira go to there?
No, not Yudhisthira. It's in a different category.
12 Mahajans?
Ambarish Maharaj.
No.
Yamaraj. Yamaraj.
Huh?
Yamaraj.
Dharmaraj, Swayambhu, Narad, Shambhu, Kolmana, Kapala, Manu, Prahlad, Janak, Bhismo, Bali, Masaika, Vayam. So Brahmaji, one of the 12 Mahajans, Mahabhagavat. But he's in Dasyaras, Saraswati. But Drona and Dara, we should not look what ras someone is. We should look if they're Mahabhagavat. If Mahabhagavat means they have power of Krishna, Shakshad Hari. So Drona and Dara worshipping Brahma, and Brahma was pleased with them. Then Brahma said, what do you want? We want Vatsalya Prem for Krishna. Can Brahmaji give Vatsalya Prem, Danity? Of course he can.
Yeah.
Hey, he's Mahabhagavat. Mahabhagavat is Vansha Kalpaturu. Whatever you want, then Vaishnava give. So many people say like this, unless you have it, you can't give. Unless the Guru is a Madhudiras, he can't bless you to get Madhudiras. These are all like one type of materialistic thinking. Their blessing fulfill all desire. So they worship Brahma. Brahmaji has no Vatsalya ras, but they worship him, he blessed. Okay, what do you want? We want to love Vatsalya Prem for Krishna. So he blessed them. What happened? They entered into the body of Nanda Yasoda. And inside the body of Nanda Yasoda, they tasted love for Krishna.
Both of them, husband and wife.
Husband went into Nanda Baba, and wife went into Yasoda. And then inside there, they tasted Vatsalya Prem. By the mercy of Nanda Yasoda, they also taste Prem like that. So, Bhagavatam gives this example. It's a little achintya, inconceivable. Bhakti is also inconceivable. And one other husband and wife, Sutapa and Prishnigarba. Sutapa was the husband, Prishnigarba. They worshipped Bhagavan because they wanted a son. What happened, Lila? When Bhagavan came before them, so handsome, so beautiful. What did they think? What's the use in an ordinary son of stool and urine? No offense, Govindamata. What's the use in an ordinary son? We want a son like you, we want a son like you, we want a son like you. 3 times. And Bhagavan said, that's impossible, no one can be like me. So I'll become your son, I will become your son, I will become your son. So 3 times he became their son. I think Krishna gave birth to one incarnation of Vishnu. Then they came again as Devahuti and Kapila. And 3rd time they came as Vasudevan. Bhagavatam gives these examples. Somehow soul is there inside, can taste. Anything else? Chanting do japa every day?
That's
Right.
it.
Nice. Arjuna, why not do it?
Not Devahuti and Kapila, Devahuti and who was his husband?
Devahuti and Kadamba Rishi, sorry. But they're saying
Kardama Rishi. No,
Kardama.
Kardama.
Yeah. Right, Kapila Dev was Bhagavan who came as their son.
Yes, Kardama.
Okay, so this end of 12th canto, Mohini Lila. Very sweet. So don't be bewildered. Try and understand through these eyes of Tattva Siddhartha. Anything else? Bhavana, where's your neck beads? How many years no neck beads? If we give you some, you'll wear them?
Yeah.
You'll take them off when you go and see your friends, or you'll keep them on?
Keep it on. Maybe you can add just Jara was Bali Maharaj from Ram Lila. Is that some?
You've heard that?
Have you heard that also?
This is an interesting Lila, no? There are 3 times we see in Bhagavan's Lila, 3 times Bhagavan become little in trouble with giving some answer. No? Bali, Vali, and Kalia. This in Bhagavatam 3 times. The devotee asks something to Bhagavan but cannot give a nice answer because, like Bali Maharaj was one. Bali was very powerful, so more powerful than Ravan. Bali would take bath in all 7 oceans before he would do his garden, like Archana. So Ravan went to disturb him. Ravan caught hold of his tail. So Bali was so powerful, he took Ravan, put him in his armpit, like that, stay there, and jumped all 7 oceans. Then anyway, Bali, just trying to say how powerful was Bali Maharaj. Bali had a twin brother, Sugriv. They were very close. But one day, one demon came to challenge, come and fight. So Bali roared and immediately went to fight with this demon. And Sugriv was following behind. The demon was afraid of Bali's power, so the demon went in one cave. You know this? Did you do the drama about this? So Bali followed him. And in the cave they were fighting. So Sugriv could just hear as they were fighting under the cave. And after some time some blood came.
Drink it. This, I not drink it.
And he died. Coughed and left the blood in his body. Some blood came. But whose blood Sugriv couldn't understand. So he thought, my brother is killed. So he covered a rock with a huge hole. So he covered the hole with a huge rock. But Bali was not dead. He came out, smashed the rock. And meanwhile Sugriv had made himself king because he thought, my brother is dead, I'll be king. So Sugriv, Bali came and saw Sugriv on the throne, you know, with like king he become. You traitor. So he had to kill Bali. Bali went to kill Sugriv, who ran away to one mountain called Vishamukhi Parva. It's the only place Bali could not go. Anyway, we've got to make this a little short because Ramayana is like a little short. So I don't want to leave my body before the speaking like that. So anyway, Bali had lost his wife. So Sugriv had been kicked out of the kingdom. He lost his kingdom. He was living in the forest, and he'd also lost his wife. So when Ram came, Ram made friend with Sugriv, because Ram had also lost his kingdom and also lost his wife. So they did one yagya, they became friends, and they promised, I will help you get back your wife and kingdom, but you have to help me get back my wife and kingdom. But Sugriv doubted, how can anyone kill Bali? He doubted Ram. So there was one dead buffalo demon called Dundubi. Right, remember? So to prove his strength, Ram threw this demon like 20 miles, this dead demon. But still Sugriv was not satisfied. No, because when my brother kicked this demon, the demon was full of like blood and pus and meat and everything. Now he's just a skeleton. So to prove his strength, Ram pierced 7 tal trees with 1 arrow. Then Sugriv believed. Okay, I believe. So they made a plan. Ram said to Sugriv, you call your brother, you fight, and I will take his life. Because Bali had a special necklace given by Indra. As if you fought him, he would take half your strength. That means practically he was invincible. You know? So Sugriv called to Bali, they began fighting. But Ram could not shoot his arrow because both brothers were like identical twins. So he did not shoot any arrow. And Bali gave a good beating to Sugriv. Then Sugriv said, thanks a lot, buddy. With friends like you, who needs enemies? Why you didn't, we made the plan, why you didn't kill my brother? I cannot tell the difference. So Lakshman, right, made a garland of some vine, malati vine, and put on the neck of Sugriv. They came out fighting. And Ram was hiding behind a tree, shot him in the back with an arrow. Bali fell to the ground dying, then Ram came out. So Bali too much asked questions to Ram. Why you did like this? You are Kshatriya, he said, I had no fight with you. Why you become involved in quarrel between 2 brothers? Not your business. Number 2, you are Kshatriya. Kshatriya means face-to-face fight. Why you shoot me from behind a tree? This is cheating. Number 3, what's the benefit in killing me? Right? If you kill a crocodile, is there any benefit in killing a crocodile? Sure, you can make a Gucci handbag, right? Some leather belts, some cowboy boots. If you kill a crocodile, you can use the meat, the skin, if you want to. What else? Kill a chicken, can eat it if you're non-vegetarian. But monkey, have you ever heard of leather coat made of monkey fur? Monkey skin, monkey's meat is all useless. So number 3, you kill me, but I'm monkey, completely useless, no benefit. Only you get the sin of killing me. So many questions Bali Maharaj asked to Ram. And Ram gave answer, but this answer is not like perfect. I'm Kshatriya, I can hunt animals. Like this he gave excuse. But this Bhagavan could not properly answer Bali Maharaj. No proper answer. Second was Kaliya. When Krishna defeated Kaliya, then Kaliya said nicely, hey Bhagavan, you make all the creation, and according to one's nature you get a particular body. I'm snake. Snake means envious and angry. I have no fault because I am acting only according to my nature. This is true, right? Bhagavan Krishna did not give too much answer to Kali. There was no answer. Kali, Bali, and Bali Maharaj. Right? When Bali Maharaj, what charity you want? And Brahman said, just 3 steps of land. Oh, really? And his feet became huge, he took the whole universe. So Bali asked him also, Just like you go, just give me a cup of lassi, Mohini. And then he goes, okay. Then you bring like a 50 litre barrel, fill that up with lassi. So when you ask for 3 steps of land, your feet are this big, but when you took 3 steps of land, your feet were enormous. Is it like one form of cheating? The Bhagavad also don't give too much answer because what can say? What was the point of all this?
That Jara was Bali.
So Ram killed Bali hiding behind a tree and shot him in the back. So some say that same Bali came again and shot Krishna in the foot to pay him back. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave many answers. How Krishna can die, how we can believe. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says on Battle of Kurukshetra, huge and powerful Kshatriyas like Grandfather Bhishma, who else was fighting against Krishna? Dronacharya. They were using celestial weapons against Krishna to try and kill him. Like the fire weapon, mountain weapon, what else? Wind weapon. All weapons of the demigods they used against Krishna's body. But nothing happened to Krishna. So how can we think one arrow from one hunter could kill Krishna if all the weapons in Mahabharata could not do like that?
I read one story about Durvasa Muni and the sweet rice.
You want to hear that?
Your voices.
So the only place Krishna could be finished was the sole of his foot. Sometimes sadhu is not easy to understand, and to serve them is not very easy. So one time Durvasa Rishi came to Dwarka, and he said, I want to see the city. And Krishna brought some chariot. And Durvasa said, no, I not accept any ordinary chariot. The chariot should be pulled by Rukmini. So what sadhu wants, have to give. Of course, sadhu should be qualified. So to please, whatever sadhu wants, you have to do your best to please them. Krishna gave this example. So he tied Rukmini to the chariot and of course he not beat Rukmini, but some whip noise. Rukmini began running, pulling the chariot. Durvasa was shouting, faster, faster. And Krishna was, and Rukmini pulled him through the city. It's not impossible. Rukmini is Bhagavan Shakti, so not impossible. Then Durvasa said to Krishna, he ate some sweet rice, cover yourself and your wife with this. So Krishna took the sweet rice, covered Rukmini head to toe. He also covered himself with sweet rice, the remnants of Durvasa. What sadhu wants, I must do. Then Durvasa Rishi for some reason became angry. He ran away off the chariot. Krishna chased him, catching his feet. Oh Mahatma, please forgive us. We could not serve you perfectly. Please be kind with us, return. Who can do like this? Who can give this type of example? So Durvasa Rishi is hard melted. Krishna, the example you give for faith in sadhu and service to sadhu, no one can do like it. Only Krishna has 64 qualities. One of the qualities of Krishna is amanita. He never demands respect for himself. And amanita, these are 2 qualities of Krishna. He always gives respect to others. So when Durvasa Rishi saw that, he became, no one can do this type of seva like Krishna did. Free from, if I started beating your wife, do I need you, how would you feel? Huh?
Not happy. Angry.
But Krishna had no pride, no anger, no nothing. Everything I have is for satisfaction of the sadhu like this. So Durvasa Rishi's heart melted. Then he said, but Krishna, you have one fault. Where's one place Krishna didn't put the sweet rice? Sole of the foot. Who thinks to do that, right? And that's the only place that Krishna could be. This is all his Lila. Human like Lila. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says we cannot believe Krishna's foot was really pierced and died. Because if Krishna's foot was pierced, who's inside Krishna? Govindamata, what's inside Krishna's belly? The entire creation. Remember when Mother Yasoda looked in baby Krishna's mouth, what did she see?
Oh yeah, that's
Everything. So if Krishna's body was pierced and died, that means the whole creation would also be finished. It would not be existing. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave all these explanations in his commentary. But still, driven, bewildered, and they think like that even today. It's okay. Hare Krishna. Any question? Go, Premanandi. God, it feels like midnight. It's only 7:45. Hare Krishna. Who can sing? Can you sing Govinda Mata? What would you say? What would I say to such a thing? Anyone else want to sing? Bhavana, page 8 of the book, Mahamantra. Anyone to sing for us? When was the last time you chanted a round of japa? How many years ago? Bhavana? It's been a while. Why not doing a little bit every day? We're not saying become like Haridas Thakur. If you don't eat every day, what happens to you? Become weak, become sick. So don't chant every day. Also, intelligence fails. Forget Gurudev, forget Bhagavan, forget everything. Do a little bit every day, right? Promise? Again? Where's Hina? Where is she? She gave some miserable excuse. So
yeah, there was a charity event they committed to.
Charity ends at home. She will come tomorrow night? Is tomorrow night's program at your house?
Maharaj, tomorrow I'm committed. Got some.
Committed to the program, that's great.
Got some friends coming.
They can come to the program too.
Yeah, they're coming especially from there's some overseas visitors.
For the program, that's great. We're going to do one program in Ram's house, right? Ram?
Yeah, we can do one. Yeah.
Did your sister talk to you? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare